So guys, we have got someone who's coming in really special from all the way from Florida in the States, like just miles away. Literally, if you drill down, it's probably right down there, directly opposite. He's traveled for like all of 28 hours, and he is half that many hours in years old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have got a 14-year-old headline speaker. Pretty cool? Now, it was only 3 or so weeks ago I learned the meaning of hustle. Someone posted a video of Caleb Maddix on my wall. One of you guys, I don't know who it was, and I will be finding out who it was and thanking them. They posted and said, Glenn, you should check this out, it's awesome. I contacted the young man, 14 years old. He answered me. We had a quick chat, we swapped a few messages on Facebook, and I said, without even knowing anything, I said, do you want to come down to Australia? I've got an event with Gary Vaynerchuk, you want to be part of it? And he said, you're not going to believe it, that, I can't do his accent, right? He said, you're not going to believe it, I've been writing down to co-headline an event with Gary Vaynerchuk as my goals list for like weeks. And now you're calling me. Unbelievable, right? And so, here he is right now. And he's not just thinking about the goals, he's doing it. He is writing it down, you know? And within 48 hours, I had gone from an unknown to contacting, communicating, signing, sending money, deal done, and he's been pumped for the last couple of weeks just all over Facebook. And in that time, since signing this deal, he's been on Grant Cardone's show. He has been blowing up all over the internet. It's almost like I caught him just before anyone, now I probably couldn't afford him, right? Because I caught him just when, the moment before he blew up. Now Caleb will probably be very humble and say that my little exercise was part of him blowing up. And I would say, hell no. This young man was going to be a world star from the moment I think he's been doing professional development since he was 6. I may be wrong, he'll tell you that story, right? He is 14 years old. I spoke about him all day and I told you guys, if you're a professional speaker and you're not on this stage, and he is, it ain't because he's getting a handout. It's because he's as good as any speaker I've ever seen on this planet. So guys, I'm going to ask you guys to, suspend your disbelief for a minute if you've still got any. 14-year-old from Florida in the United States. Is he here? I saw him before. Hope he's ready. Guys, give it up. Caleb Maddix.
How you guys doing?
Sir, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh, we got a hug, man. I love you, man.
He's my family right there.
So now we need the selfie moment, right? This is the moment that he blew up. So get your selfies out. I'm going to remember this forever, man. Now remember what I said to you. I said to Caleb, when you are Tony Robbins famous, when you have dwarfed Tony Robbins' success, I said, you got to remember Uncle Glenn and just throw me a bone, all right? Deal?
Deal.
Caleb Maddix, folks.
How you guys doing?
Volume.
How are you guys? There we go. Yeah. Guys, I'm so excited to be here. Like Glenn, I'm going to call him Uncle Glenn. He's my uncle. So I'm going to start calling him Uncle Glenn. And for the last couple weeks now, I've just been so excited for this event, not just to be speaking with Gary V, not just to be meeting Glenn, not just for all this stuff, but to be speaking and meeting with you guys. And I'm absolutely thrilled to have some conversations, take some selfies. You guys are going to look a lot better than me in those selfies. So I'm just excited. And first of all, I want to start off by saying thank you so much to Uncle Glenn and how kind he's been to me. Not only is he a great business person, not only does he have great content, not only is he all of that, but he's a great person. And I'm just so blessed to have that connection. And I know that it's a long-term connection. So real quick, let me tell you guys who I am. But I want to show a video. Then I want to fire you guys up, and I want to take some Q&A at the end. Sound good? Awesome. So.
Oh, do you want me to show the video now?
Not yet. Yeah, give me a second. Okay. So, real quick, my name is Caleb Maddix. I'm 14 years old, and when I was 12 years old, I decided that I wanted to write a book. So I did it. I wrote a book called Keys to Success for Kids. I pulled out the notes on my phone. I typed away. I made it happen. I just started my first company last year, and it's called Kids for Success. It's already a 6-figure a year earning company. I do speaking all across the world. I'm going to speak with Darren Hardy in about a month in Denver, Colorado. I am speaking. The governor of Tennessee wants me to do a 5-day tour and speak to over 100,000 kids. I'm speaking at big colleges for the U.S. like LSU, some other big companies like that. I'm speaking to a real estate conference of over 15,000 people. So I do a lot of speaking. I also I do a lot on social media. Last week I had 2 videos hit 1 million views. So I had about 8 million on post reach last week alone. And right now I have about 6 sources of income. But really what I am is I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm going to tell you guys why I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going to tell you guys that. Because guys, listen, entrepreneur isn't an age. I'm 14 years old. I'm an entrepreneur. But really what I want to do is I want to inspire people. That's my goal. So real quick, I want to show you guys this video, and then I want to start to talk. So can we get the video to play?
Can we do that now? See, I'll work for a living, man. I'll work for you, bud.
You're awesome.
All right. Yeah, Gary V. We've got to minimize Gary V for Caleb Maddix. I love it. Man, you'll be talking about this forever with your peeps. There we go. V.
So imagine if Jones had just said, well, that's okay, Charlie. That was all right. Good job. But Charlie thinks to himself, well, shit, I did do a pretty good job. End of story. No bird. That to me is an absolute tragedy. But that's just what the world wants now. I wonder why jazz is dying. I tell you, man, and every Starbucks jazz album just proves my point, really. There are no 2 words in the English language more harmful than good job.
Hey guys, let's get the lights over quick. Guys, I traveled 20 hours on one flight. I traveled about 26 hours altogether to come to Australia to tell you guys this one simple thing. There are no 2 words in the English language more harmful than good job. There is not one thing that will sabotage your success more than those 2 words, good job. So many people, right? Maybe they're not fat. Maybe they're not overweight, but they're also not skinny. Maybe they are not poor, but they're not rich. Maybe they're not depressed, but they're not happy. Maybe they're not the worst, but they're not the best. And I see so many people, they sabotage themselves because they're okay with just being okay. And I know we all want to talk to Steve Jobs. If Steve Jobs was sitting right there, he was sitting down in a chair, and we had a conversation, we'd think that we'd all become millionaires. But in reality, if we had a conversation one-on-one with Steve Jobs, we'd be looking at him, we'd walk away being like, that is one of the most psychotic guys I've ever met. We'd think he's an absolute idiot. And the reason why is he had this mindset of excellence. Yeah, he was cool with being a millionaire. He wanted to be a billionaire. He was cool with, helping millions of people. He was cool with that. No, he wanted to go across the entire world. He could have been okay with starting a little club and help, on social media, helping 1,000 people. He wanted to help billions. If we had Oprah standing right here, Oprah, she was not just okay with having a TV network that has 100,000 people watch. She stepped it up. Bill Gates, he stepped it up. Mark Zuckerberg, he could have been okay with Facebook being in every single college across America, but he wasn't. He kept continuing to step it up. And I see so many people, they're like, oh, I'm doing really good. It's not like I'm broke right now. I can afford food. I can afford to get a nice car. But then they get comfortable with this word, good job. And when I was younger, I used to play a bunch of baseball. I was a fanatic about it. I was going to make the majors. And I got really good. So I was on this really good team. And there was this one tournament where all of the best teams in all of Florida would come together and we'd play each other. There was this one tournament. And about 12 of the best teams in all of Florida came together. These kids are 6'5". They're throwing 80 miles an hour. They're hitting balls 500 feet. They're studs. And we were the worst team in the entire tournament. Everybody knew it. We were the smallest. We weren't the best. We were the slowest. We just weren't good. And we played all these teams, and bam, we won a game. We won a game. We won a game. And then all of a sudden, we get to the championship game. we beat all of these teams that were so much better than us. And all my friends are like, you know what? If we lost the championship, I don't even care. We did really good so far. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we played the game. We get to the last inning. Last thing, we played so good. It's a tie game, 2 outs. It's almost over. And it comes down to us. We either hit it, we win. We strike out, we lose. We get out, we lose. And there we go. The pitch comes in, bam, we lose. And all my friends, the people who were in charge of the tournament, they come up, they give my friends their second place trophy. They give me the second place trophy. All my friends, they pull out their phone, they take selfies with it, they post up on Instagram. They get really happy. They start singing, they start dancing with the trophy. They're like, I'm gonna hang this straight up on my door. And all my friends are so excited. So I take this trophy and I immediately dash to the trash can. Bam, I drop it in. And my coach is like, dude, what are you doing? The second place trophy. Great job. Why did you throw it away? I said, I am not cool with being second place. I said, every single time that I see that trophy up on my door, it's going to be a reminder that I was not committed to excellence, that I did not win the tournament. And I know it sounds crazy, and people ask me all the time after I tell this story on stage. They're like, yeah, but don't you wish you would have kept it? I don't wish I would have kept it, because now because of that, I have 5 first place trophies. So the point of me saying that is this. You can be okay with second place, but if you're okay with second place, you will continue to get that. So many of us, we're comfortable. We're in our comfort zone. And I always say this, if you're comfortable, it means you're under the comforts. If you're under the comforts, it means that you're asleep. So many of us, we're sleeping through life because we feel comfortable. We're sleeping through our business. We're sleeping through sales. We're just going through it because we're okay with where we are. And we get comfortable. And we're asleep. But guys, if you want to dream, go ahead. Lay down, take a nap. If you want to dream, take a nap. But if you want to succeed, wake up. And guys, listen. So as soon as you step out of your comfort zone, you got to understand this. You're going to start to have failures. You're going to have setbacks. Whenever you get out of your comfort zone, whenever you step out of this place where you feel comfortable, immediately you're going to start to have failures. But understand, setbacks are actually set-ups for your comeback. See, so many people are like, oh, failure buries me. Oh, failure buries me. That's true. Failure does bury you. But you were a seed. And a seed cannot grow without being buried. It's just like you. You cannot have success. You cannot grow without failure. And guys, I want to deliver this simple message to you. Step out of your comfort zone and stop being okay with being okay. You ever hear somebody say, I'm sick of being sick, or I'm tired of being tired? Well, why are we okay with being okay? When are we going to realize that being good is not a good thing? Nobody has ever changed the world off of that word good. Nobody has ever had success off of that word good. And see, there's moments in my life where I sat down and I was like, you know what, I'm doing really good. There was this 1 month, I just finished writing my book. I had sold about a couple thousand copies, and I was feeling really great. I was like, yeah, I'm doing good. And every single day, me and my dad would go out, I would sell my books to people, I'd go door to door, I would go out on the streets, and I would sell. And one day I said to my dad, I said, Dad, I don't really want to do it. I said, I'm doing really good. Why don't I just take this day off? And I made the biggest mistake. I was okay with just being okay, writing a book. I was like, none of my other friends, all my other friends are, out fishing or playing video games or doing whatever they're doing. I was like, I wrote a book. I'm fine. And within that week, all of a sudden, bam, everything started to go wrong. I wasn't getting any views on my stuff. I wasn't getting any connections. I wasn't making any sales. Nothing was happening. And I realized the reason why I was comparing myself to other people rather than the person I was yesterday. The person that you should be in competition with is not your coworker, or it's not your competitor, or it's not your parents, it's not anybody. The only person that you should be in competition with is yourself. Every single day, leveling up. I said this one time on a Periscope, and everyone's like, what do you mean? But guys, I honestly hate who I was yesterday. Meaning, if the person I was yesterday is the same or was better than I am today, I failed today. Listen, I've been doing video blogs since I was 6 years old. I did my first video blog since I was 6. And I kept wondering, why am I not getting, millions of views? I kept wondering, why am I not blowing up? And one day I made up my mind. I said, you know what? I'm going to commit to every single day putting in the work. But I said this. I said, I'm going to commit to leveling up every single day. It's like Mario, right? You level up one time, you don't level up that time, then you're dead. It's over. It's the same thing in your life. So I sat down and I said, okay, every single day, I'm going to do something that is newspaper worthy or that is an accomplishment. So I made up my mind I was going to do this. So I sat down. The first day, I closed a speaking deal. The second day, I closed a big interview. The third day, I closed a TV interview. Then I closed another speaking gig. And then I had 10 kids sign up for my company. And I was leveling up every single day, trying to do new things that would make me better. And within a month, I just blew up. Everything started taking off for me. And people kept asking me, well, why are you all of a sudden now taking off? We've been following you for a year now. Why are you just now taking off? And I realized it was because I made up my mind I was going to level up. I was going to take it a step extra. So I started competing with who I was. I started competing with who I was yesterday. And bam, my person today was better. Your future is created right now. And it's predicated on, are you going to be better than who you were yesterday? And that will make your future better. Guys, there's 3 things that you need. There's 3 things that we need as business people, as entrepreneurs, as whatever you're doing. There's 3 things that you need. Number 1, you need this. You need thick skin. To be an entrepreneur, you need absolute thick skin. You need to be able to go through adversity. You need to be able to just take the criticism. Guys, I have people message me. I have people literally message me as 14 years old saying, your videos are so stupid, you need to commit suicide. And guys, but I have thick skin. It's not going to make me sit there and doubt who I am. No, of course not. Because I have thick skin as an entrepreneur. I know where I'm going. Every single day, I get a new comment, I get a new message saying, why are you doing what you're doing? You're only 14 years old. What have you accomplished? This, yada, yada, yada. They keep saying this. And I'm like, I don't care. I know where I'm going. I have thick skin. So the first thing you need is you need thick skin. The second thing that you need is you need this. You need heart. And guys, you need passion. And you guys, I got on this Blab the other day, and they were talking about, I don't know if you guys know what Blab is. Basically, it's like a live thing where a bunch of people come together and they just chat and they debate. It's kind of fun. And they were talking about, do you need passion for business? And everybody's like, oh, you don't need passion for business. I do this. I don't really have passion for it, but I have success. But Steve Jobs said something that was so powerful. I watched it a while back. He said this. He said, you do not need passion to grow a business, but you need passion to put in the work that it takes to grow a business. You may not need passion to grow a business or to make a bunch of sales, but those 23-hour days that you put in, you're going to need passion for those. The other day, I was out making sales calls. Or I was out doing door-to-door. I was knocking on doors. I was dripping in sweat because I live in Florida. It's really hot there. Dripping in sweat. Just got rejected about 15 times in a row. Bam, knocking on doors, knocking on doors, knocking on doors. I get a text from one of my friends. They're like, hey, man, dude, we're all out fishing. They're like, what? Don't you want to come out and fish with us? And I texted back. I was like, no, I'm out here making sales calls. They're like, dude, you're an idiot. You're absolutely stupid. What are you doing that for? And I continued, bam, bam, bam. I continued to put in the work. 7 hours straight, just knocking on doors, knocking on doors. And because I did that, they're over there fishing, but now I'm speaking in Australia with Gary Vaynerchuk in front of all of you. And the point of me saying that is, yeah, you don't need to have passion to write a book, or you don't need to have passion about a book, but you need passion to get it out there. You need passion to have success. You need passion to put in the work and be able to grind it out. Hustle? Anybody can hustle, guys. Hustle is just working hard. Grinding is working hard when you don't feel like it. And in order to do that, you need this. You need heart. So the first thing you need is this. Second thing is this. And then the third thing is this simple. It's this. You need mental toughness and you need knowledge about whatever you're doing. I see a lot of people, they start a new business in an industry. They're like, oh, I'll figure it out. They haven't done any homework on it, and within a year, they're out of business. The reason why is they haven't learned. Right? They relied on their experience rather than trying to also take from the experience of other people. I read my first book when I was 6 years old. It was a book called The Success Principles. It was a 400-page book, and it took me 8 months to read. 6 years old, took me 8 months to read. But because of that, the key to success, everybody's like, what's the key to success? The key to success, K-E-Y, keep educating yourself. That is the simple key to success, continuing to learn, continuing to grow. My dad taught me something very important. He said, anytime that you are in the presence of somebody who is great, ask questions. And I see entrepreneurs, I see business owners, I see people who are, I just see people in general who they have opportunities to learn and they don't. And that's what made me different when I was younger. Bam, I read a book a week. I've read a book a week since I was 7 years old. A book a week, that's a lot of books. And guys, you learn from two things, like I said this before. You learn from two things, the experience yourself and the experience of other people. So guys, going back to my point, the reason I said that is because so many people, they're okay with being comfortable. They're okay with sitting in here, having a good life, but they're not committing to excellence. They're not having a great life. And the reason why is a lot of times they cover up with an excuse. And what they don't do is this simple. And I like coming up here and talking about this, but then it's like everybody always talks about it. Well, the reason why is it's the truth, and that is it's going to take work. The only thing that works is work. Guys, there's no secret formula or magic pill or anything like that. The only thing that will ever bring you your success is you putting in the work. As I like to say, working your face off. And guys, I don't ever talk about something that I don't feel like I can talk about it. I'll never talk about how to have a good marriage. I never talk about how to grow. I never talk about how to raise your kid. I'll never talk about any of that. I will only talk about things that I've done and things that I'm doing. And guys, there'll be a week where I won't work extremely hard, so I won't get on Snapchat or whatever and say that I'm working hard and talk about hustle. Because I only talk about things that I actually do. And I can say this, I put in the work. Just 2 days ago, I was speaking in Philadelphia to about a couple thousand kids. And this is basically the day, okay? 9 p.m., I flew from Tampa, where I live, I flew from Los Angeles. I flew all the way to Philadelphia. So I get into Philadelphia at 9 a.m. I speak at 10 a.m. I have a TV interview. I speak at 10 a.m. I speak again at 11. Speak again at 12. I have an interview with Entrepreneur Magazine, interview with Forbes. I speak again. I speak again. I speak again. Then I have 7 interviews back to back. I go home. Then as soon as I'm done with that, I wake up at 5 a.m. I take a flight back home to Tampa. Then I have another interview. And that's constantly the life that I live. And people ask me, like, why are you different than other kids? Well, the reason I'm different than other kids is because I'm different than other kids. That's the reason. People are always like, how can you make a difference? You want to make a difference? Be different. You want to change your life? Then change. And I'm different than other kids. I put in the work. When my kids are playing video games, I'm shooting videos to inspire people. While other kids are riding their scooter, I'm writing a book. While other kids are doing this, I'm putting in the work. And guys, there's people in here, they work harder than me. I won't knock that. I'm not going to say I'm the hardest working person in this room, but I will say this. The reason why I am where I am today is because I put in the work and I'm not okay with just being a kid. And you need to stop being okay with just being, like, people are always like, be you. That's awesome. You is not you. You is here and you is here. Being you is living up to your potential. And I get messages before. I got a message the other day. Somebody was like, hey, this coworker, they're way less talented than me, but they just got a promotion and they're doing better than me. Why is that? I said, because you're probably operating here. Even if you're better than them, you're operating here and they're operating at their full potential, and that's why they're having more success. It's not about talent. It's about living up to your full potential. It's about doing what you know you can do. It's about putting in the work that you know you can put in. It's about making the calls. It's about making the sales. It's about connecting with people. It's about networking. It's about all of this stuff comes together. It all comes back to working and getting out of your comfort zone. Like I said, if you want to dream, take a nap. But if you really want to succeed, wake up. And I'm not talking, listen, if you don't want to have massive success, you guys can walk out the room. But if you were somebody who's sitting here wants success, you got to stop being okay with where you are. Guys, raise your hand if you're a real estate agent in here. Okay, all these people. You need to become the Bruce Lee of real estate. The Bruce Lee of it. The master. Listen, I watched the other day, I watched this YouTube video of Bruce Lee. He was playing ping pong with nunchucks. Boom, boom, going back and forth. He was dominating this guy with his ping pong, and he was just crushing this guy, going around his back, doing all this stuff. And I'm like, whoa, how did he do this? But it comes back to this. He decided he was going to master it, and he did. He was 20 hours a day, he was doing or he was learning about new martial arts. And we see all these masters of the world, and we wonder why. It's because they committed to mastery. Most successful people that you meet, they will master whatever they put their mind to. It's not because they're good at this. It's because they figure out the things that it takes in order to master something. They figured out what it takes in order to succeed. And they're constantly learning. Seriously, be the Bruce Lee of real estate. Be the Bruce Lee of entrepreneurship. Be the Bruce Lee of your cupcake shop. Whatever you do, be the master of it. Be able to do it so good that when people watch you, they just are shocked. Put people on the floor. They see you making your cupcake, you're like, you guys do all that. Like, master it to that point. Whatever you're doing, master it. Guys, and the way to, coming back to this, this is really what I want to bring to, is listen, there's two things you need to be for yourself, okay? You need to be your biggest critic, and you need to be your biggest cheerleader. But the problem is, too many of you guys are stuck on the cheer team. You guys are so like, yeah, I'm doing good at this. You know, I'm not going to punish myself. Oh, yeah, you know, listen, I've been eating kind of healthy. Let me have this cheeseburger, or let me have this. What's the good food in Australia? What's something unique here? What? Awesome. So, I don't even know. Yeah. But I don't even remember why I said that. Anyways, just going away from that. But you have to commit to this excellence, and you have to be, okay, there you go. You have to be your biggest critic. No matter how much somebody criticizes you, you need to be 10 times harder on yourself. You need to say, what am I doing wrong? You ever heard the story about Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart? He went to another country, and he was going to all these convenience stores. He was laying on the floor with a tape measure, and he was like looking at all these things, measuring stuff, wondering how they stack it. He was going through all of this stuff, and people, they had to kick him out of all these convenience stores. And the reason why is he was trying to learn so much. He was like, okay, what are they doing different? What am I doing wrong that I need to do better? And that's why he's built an empire like he has. So guys, listen. Going back to it, you have to be your biggest critic. Like, for example, me, okay? If I have 10 habits I try to do every single day. So these are the habits that I do. So I like read, I like to juice, I have to work out, I have to do this stuff. And if I don't do these, I have to sleep on the floor. That's what I do. Like, I literally, no blanket or anything. If I don't complete one of my habits, I sleep on the floor. The other day, I tried to do 100 sales calls every single day when I'm home. And I got literally to like 87. I slept on the floor. That's how hard I am on myself. That's the mindset that you need to have. What can I do better? What can I improve on? What did I do yesterday that I can do better? You have to be your biggest critic. And I want to end with this, and I want to take a couple seconds of Q&A because I know we only have 10 minutes. Real quick, this last thing. The gun that kills the most people is the gonna. So many people, they're like, oh, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna start a business. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna spend time with my family. I'm gonna. They keep saying, I'm going to, that they never actually do it. And they end up on their deathbed one day, and they realize, what killed my dreams? You know what killed your dreams? It's that gun called gonna. We all have these ideas. We all want to, this is idea for our business we want to start. This is idea for this. Guys, Guys, if we took every single person in this room's idea right now, and we took all these ideas, we'd become the next Apple. We all have ideas. It's about execution. It's about actually, okay, I want to do this, I'm going to do this. I'm making it happen. Not just saying you're going to, but actually doing it. When I was younger, I wrote down, I said, my dad, he taught me to write out my goals every single morning. And I wrote down, I said, I want to write a book when I'm 20 years old. So I want to write a book when I'm 20 years old. One day I sat down, I looked at my goal, and I said, wait a second, what stopped me from writing that now? I asked myself, what stopped me from writing that book now? Why do I have to wait until I'm older? Bam, I got it out. The reason why is I wasn't thinking, this is what I'm going to do. I thought, this is what I'm doing now. So what are you thinking about doing in this room? Do that. Are you thinking about starting a new business? You thinking about writing a book? You thinking about going to the gym every single day? What are you thinking about doing? Start to do that thing. And guys, I'm not talking to this crowd. I'm talking directly to you with that exact statement. What are you thinking about doing? Do that. If you don't take anything else from my talk, take that away. Take action on what you're thinking about and what your ideas, the ideas that you have. So guys, I want to take some Q&A right now, but real quick to conclude, stop being okay with being okay. Stop being okay with just good job or this or that. No, commit to excellence. So guys, I want to take some Q&A, but first, I want to ask you guys some questions, okay? First question I'm going to ask is, raise your hand if you have a kid under 18. Raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand if you have a kid under 18 and you want them to be successful. Raise your hand if you have a kid under 18 and you love them. Okay, awesome. So who has your phone on you? We all have our phones on us. It's life, right? I want you to pull out your phone right now. I'm serious. Like, look at your neighbor and give them a dirty look if they don't pull out their phone. Real quick, seriously, pull out your phone. I want you all to right now go to, I see people without their phones out. What's up? Pull out your phone, seriously. Raise your hand if you have your phone. Do the wave thing like the concerts. Yeah, cool. All right, so I want you right now, go to your internet on your phone. Okay? Let's see action. Go to your internet on your phone, type in K4success.com. Okay? K4success.com. Let me know when you guys got it. Good? Okay. Now, the website that I just told you to go to, that's my business, Kids for Success. Kids for Success is the #1 thing that I am proud of because it's inspiring kids across the world. It's the #1 source of motivation, inspiration, and education for kids across the world. For example, we had one kid sign up a month ago. He almost got arrested. He was suspended 3 times for his school. He was depressed, and he had the worst grades in his class. He signed up for Kids for Success. Within a month, he went from that to starting his own business. Dad hasn't gotten in trouble since. He has the 3rd best grades in his class, and he's on fire and focusing on his future. So guys, because I love Glenn so much, because I love this event so much, normally for my program to sign up, it's $1,000 up front, or it's $100 a month, $100 monthly. So because I love you guys so much, there's a code at the bottom if you go to join, and all you have to type in, there's a discount code, and you just type in Sydney, because we're here in Sydney. Just type in Sydney, and you will get, it will drop the price from $100 a month to $20 a month, and then $1,000 to $200. And we won't ever do this again. So this is just a one-time deal. I seriously want you to do that because that's the #1 thing that I am happy and proud of. It's inspiring kids across the world, and it's just something that I know within the next couple years there's going to be 100,000 customers in it. Seriously, every single day it's growing. Hundreds of customers every single day. So sign your kids up for that, and I promise you, you will not regret it. And listen, if you do not like it, this is how much I believe in it. If you do not like it, within the first month, we will give you all of your money back. All of your money back. And the discount goes throughout the entire year. So for all of you guys, once lifetime opportunity. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. Take that leap. You said you love your kids? If you don't do it, you don't love them. So take that leap and make that happen. But guys, going back, this is Q&A, right? Yeah, Q&A. Let's take some Q&A.
Let's do a couple. Who's got one? Quick. We'll be quick. Because we're doing it on microphone because you're going to be famous on the viral video, I promise.
Actually, all I want to do is throw a quote at you, which I think you'll love, my darling, and I think you're fabulous. And that is a quote of Yoda's. And on my refrigerator in big letters, it says, do or do not. There is no try.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I love it. So what I would say is this. I would say, if you try, you'll die. If you commit, you'll do it. So very great thing to live by. What other questions? See, there's one right here.
Hi, I was just wondering what the 10 daily habits were that you said.
The 10 daily habits.
Yeah.
So first of all, the first one is read. I actually narrowed them down to 5 just because I'm doing so much travel, and I'm trying to prioritize everything. So I'm going from, okay, this is important, but what's the most important? So there's 5 habits I do every single day. The first one is read. Read every single day, no matter what. The second one is I got to make my sales calls. The third one is I want to exercise. The fourth one is I want to juice, which my dad wrote a book called Just Juice It. You can get it on Amazon.com. So the fourth one is juice, and then the fifth one is I want to give something. So I would guys, there's two keys to earning: learn and return, and then you'll earn. Learn and return. And returning it is giving back is the number one thing that I think has caused my success. I can say it's the hustle, all that, but honestly, giving back has been I see, literally the day that Glenn reached out to me was the day that I gave away a huge coaching package to a kid who his father just committed suicide. So giving is so important. Hold on. So that's basically my answer. Those are my 5 habits. Give,
2 more. The second last one.
Hey man, awesome story, bro. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
So I'll be a millionaire. That's the first thing I say. Honestly, I wouldn't be a millionaire this year. It's funny. My goal about 6 months ago was I want to be a millionaire by 20. Then it dropped this last couple months to 16, and then now it's millionaire by 14. So I want to be a millionaire by then. I want to, by that time, I'll be a millionaire. I'll make 6 figures this month. I want to have written, so within the next 5 years, I want to have written at least 10 books. So at least 2 books a year. I want to speak to a crowd of over 50,000 people at one place. I want to be financially free. I want at 20 years old, because I'll be 20 in 5 years from now, I pretty much want to be able to drop everything I do for 10 years and just be financially free. Just be able to live Zen mode. But I won't do that. But I just want that feeling of I can pull out a $10,000 check and give it to a single mother. So there's as far as where I want to be, millionaire. I like what you guys thought. But so I just want to be big time. I already am big time, so. What else?
Oh, thank you so much. I am going to sign up right now. My 10-year-old's going to love you.
Awesome.
So my question is, what do you do for pure fun?
Pure fun. That's a question I get every single time I speak. So as far as pure fun goes, I'm having fun right now. But as far as from what a kid would do, I like to play baseball. I like to rollerblade. But honestly, I find myself having most fun whenever I'm speaking, traveling, doing social media, Snapchatting, Facebook Live, all that stuff. That's when I find myself having the most fun. But probably the 2 main things for me as far as kid mode would be rollerblading and playing baseball.
And what's that thing you're on? Is that what's that hoverboardy thing that you're always Snapchatting?
Oh, the hoverboard?
Is that what it is, a hoverboard?
It's called just a hoverboard. There's a bunch of different things. But yeah. Maybe I'll speak next time, Pretty cool. Go ahead.
Hi, Caleb. Really enjoyed your conference. Thank you. Just wanted to know, who do you draw your biggest inspiration from?
Biggest inspiration. Thank you so much for asking that, because there's 3 people who really inspire me. But number 1 in my my all-time inspiration is the guy right there, my dad. Honestly, clap it up for him. Because I wake up every single day at 5 a.m. pretty much every single day. We woke up today at 5 a.m. So we wake up at 5 a.m. I do this hustle. I travel. I do all this stuff. And I'm I do this. But Rowdy, he does it with me. He's right there by my side. And I'm just so blessed. And he's the best, seriously. So people message me and they're like, yeah, but you have a great dad. You don't know, what about other kids who don't? And I have no response to that, because I'm so blessed to have an amazing dad. So he's my number 1 inspiration and the person who keeps me going. He's there whenever I speak. He's always there giving me encouragement. He's there mentoring me. So him, Gary V, of course, and then also Grant Cardone. But my dad, number 1.
Last one. Thanks, man. Last one.
Hey, Caleb, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. I mentor at-risk youth,
and I want to know, what book would you recommend?
My book. Yeah, no, seriously though, I would recommend my book, but there's so many good books out there. Like whenever I was younger, I read a lot of adult books anyways. It wasn't like this kid book or whatever. So just anything about personal development, about success, but honestly, my book is seriously, and I'm not just saying that because like as a joke or whatever, but seriously, I took all of the stuff I learned from the success principles and my experiences and all that, I put it into a book where you can read it, a kid can read it within an hour or 2 hours. So my book would be the number one thing, and then from there, I actually give other book recommendations in that book. So if you want my book recommendations, go buy my book.